What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Lake Julian for another Formwork Friday, and we are going to be attempting to answer the age-old question: if you're having trouble getting normal size, normal weight discs to fly the way that they're intended to fly, should you just get a lighter disc? We're going to try to answer that one today. So, got a couple of options here. I have an Enigma Neo. It is 173 grams. Then we have this Spinosaurus from Dino Discs, 12502, but it's 122 grams. So we'll see how it handles today, and based off of our arm speed, what we're able to get. So now this is very different opposite ends of the spectrum. The Enigma 12.5, -1.2, but it is 173 grams. Spinosaurus 12.5, 0.2, 122 grams. So this disc is 50 grams lighter than this disc. It's a little breezy out today, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if discs can actually stay stable even though they're super light. The wind might have something to say about that. But also, if you're not able to get this max weight disc to fly the way that you're intending it to, is this one going to fly a little bit easier? So I'm going to throw the max weight one first. And we're going to start off first T-pad. It's going to be real slow, basically like I'm throwing a putter upshot, and we'll see how I handle. It was very clean, controlled, sat down nice, but that's a 12 speed. It should go a little bit further. If I have the same type of throw with this, am I going to be able to get it to go further? I will say that was a good bit more stable feeling. Also, the gusty wind is going to make it a little bit interesting today. Let's go. We're gonna go, next shots are probably gonna be up like 20-30%, and we're gonna slowly ramp up till we're trying to throw bigger drives, and hopefully the wind will still be blowing the direction we are, because on 18 it'll be a tailwind, so that lightweight disc might actually bomb. Now as our form starts to improve and our power that we're able to impart into the disc starts to go up, the lighter weight discs might not be able to handle as much power, and you're going to get more of a consistent flight out of your heavier max weight discs. But something in between a 73 and a 22 would probably be something better if the theory holds true. So what we're gonna do here, same thing, we're gonna go max weight first. I'm gonna go a little bit more firm, maybe 45-50%. These aren't going to reach the basket, but this one might. This one probably won't. It's an interesting wind today. I think the lightweight one might have gone further on that front. So the Enigma stopped at the gate, and the other one faded through the gate. So it was still in the air at the gate, which means it went further. And honestly, way more stability than I thought that disc had. On pole number 16, it's about 300 feet. I'm actually gonna try to get both of them there. So we'll see how hard I have to throw it. But I think this is when you're hitting the 300 foot mark is when you might start to see a difference between like understable and overstable distance drivers. When you're still throwing about 250, basically anything that's above like a 10 speed is just going to go straight and then fade. So this is where you might start to see a little bit of a difference between possibly a -1.2 and a 0.2, but I don't know what this one is actually capable of. We'll see on 18 though. All right, that's about pin high. Feels like it's a tail cross. Okay, so pretty much just a straight tailwind. That's about the same distance. That's really cool. Also, a feature that my new tripod has that the other one that didn't have was from where it was at its highest point, there's an extra little setting. And this T-pad is actually easier to film now because before you couldn't see because of all the weeds. We're not too far away, but once you start to get to that 300-foot mark, like I said, this heavier weight's still fading a lot more than that lighter weight is. Because this one is just outside the circle on the left side, and this one is just inside the circle. So the lighter weight one is still gonna go a little bit straighter. Here on the TV18, do have a tailwind, thankfully. It's a little calmer right now, but if it picks up at all, it's gonna be gusty, blowing in that direction, so it's even better. Gonna go for max distance. Gonna actually put some proper form techniques together and really pop it and actually put a little bit of muscle into it. And we'll see how this holds up versus more of a max weight disc. So it's possible that this might still go further, but I think the laws of momentum are working against this one. It's just a little bit lighter. So even though it's a tailwind, I think it's just a little bit too light to go further than a max weight. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it holds up and handles a little bit more power and pop. I'm actually going to go in my traditional driver grip. We're not trying to fan grip it or anything, just really, really rip into this disc. I mean, that's incredible just in and of itself that 122 gram disc. I mean, I know it's a tailwind, but like it didn't even flip up. That thing, I threw it pretty hard. But now what happens when I try to go full flight with a Neo Enigma? I don't know because I haven't tried to go full flight with one yet. Honestly, about the same with the tailwind. Really what you're going to run into is, doesn't matter how much power you add, a tailwind's going to help stable it out. So maybe I wouldn't necessarily throw like 120 gram Roadrunner or Sidewinder even with a tailwind because it's still just that flippy. But I mean, the max weight disc probably went about the same distance, but the question comes, can the lightweight disc handle the power of a headwind? And I don't think it can. I think the only reason it got that far was because it had the wind underneath it pushing it. And if it had to fight the wind, I don't think there was really a chance of it making it quite that far. So as your power and speed starts to improve, maybe start turning away from a little bit lighter discs and go a little bit heavier. Maybe not all the way up to max weight if you're not feeling it. You know, go up 5 grams maybe, and just go a little bit heavier and see how that handles for you. Because I think you'll start to find a difference once you start to crest into that 300, 325 mark as your max distance. Start playing around with the weights a little bit and it might help improve your distance as well. So it also helps when you have headwinds and a lot of breeze. If you enjoy content like this, please make sure to like the video. If you want to see something else, make sure to comment that down below, and please make sure to subscribe. Helps you out with the subscriber only giveaways, and it definitely helps me. Until next time, see you out on the course.